busy. Majority of the time is quite busy, particularly when we have full house, because each and every other person will need to be seen. But all in all, when you wake up in the morning, you'll see them after they come from their morning run, handle them until now those ones who need to be seen will be seen. Then after that, they'll do for their lunch, wait up for the next training session, possibly in the evening. If these are busy day, the hard days like Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday, then you'll see them accordingly, depending on what has come up, and ease of the pressures that are brought by the hard training. Okay, each athlete is treated 2 to 3 times in a week, depending on how one is presenting both physically and mentally. But ordinarily, we'll see them twice or 3 times a week. Yes. When you travel with an athlete to competition, then what you do is try and tune up. Because the preparations have already been done, you're coming to the business end of the training season. So what you do is prepare them for the muscles to act and mentally be prepared for the task ahead. So as you prepare the muscle, you are also talking to the athlete so that they get ready and ease off the anxiety that they are getting into a competition, and they need to give the very best they have, they can. Yes. For amateur runners, preparation for a marathon and vis-a-vis risk management to injury, they need to be very disciplined. They need to follow exactly what the program that is has been administered by the coach goes. Adequate warm-up, proper training, no rush things, proper training gear, all right? And again, being present, alert to the activity you're carrying out, so that you don't have your body is here, but your mind is kilometers away. So there's no connection. There is that lull that comes in, and you end up getting injuries happening. Again, also when you feel something, because definitely you are pounding those muscles, you need to report it in very good time. So that if there is any strain coming through, then what you need to do is report it so it's sorted out early enough before it develops into a complicated situation. But a majority of the people you'll find, they do not volunteer that information early enough. Yes, as a physio, you will be able to notice a few things here and there, but there's some others that you really need the feedback from the athlete, a majority of them, that I'm feeling this way when I'm training. After training, I'm feeling this way. At night, I'm not sleeping well. All those things put together start pushing you to a certain direction that there could be something coming up, and you need to act on it in good time. I would really recommend that for an amateur athlete, they are as good as the professional athletes. The only difference is that the professional athlete knows when and how to handle the body. The amateur athlete confuses issues a little bit, so they need proper guidance and attention so that they are able to walk the journey without so much hassles with the injuries. And if they are well handled with reporting, good communication, good rapport with the physio who is handling them, then what happens at the end is a situation whereby the injuries are much less. You cannot totally eliminate, but you reduce the risks that come with training. It depends on where that cramp is, because it is a common thing in a majority of athletes. Depending on where the cramp is, then you'll be able to. A marathon is a long distance event. It's not a sprint. So if you feel like you are, for example, the hamstring is starting to destabilize you, then what you need to do is slow down a little bit so that the muscle action is reduced. and then again restart your whatever. You don't completely stop, but you are moving on now with a less intensity than you were before, until that particular, because much of it is a passing cloud. So it will come because you have already overexerted it. Once you ease it off, then it allows you to proceed with the activity that you are doing. But cramps, depending now the stitch, is another very common thing that occurs, particularly to athletes who some take a lot of fluid during the event. Others eat a lot in the morning before, so the stomach is heavy, it's pulling down, and quite a number of other things that could possibly contribute to a stitch. And what you advise is how to control that spasm that comes through, so that you're able to put some pressure on just below the rib cage on your own. You should have been trained by your physio how to go around it, so that it eases off, and then you're able to proceed with the race. After the marathon, the muscles are really complaining. What you need to do is, if you are in a position whereby you can't be able to access ice therapy, you see, you do some ice bath, get that one done. What it does is that it allows you to accelerate the recovery rate, so that the muscles now start normalizing again after the microscopic injuries that do occur during training, during the race. You are able to control that. So the internal bleeding at times that occurs that you cannot see with the naked eye, but they are there within the muscles, and that's what pains much more when after the race you feel a lot of pain in the muscles. It's because of those minor tears that occur within the muscle fibers. So after you able to do ice bath, then that one is controlled. So you are able now to recover much sooner, and then adequate rest. You get adequate rest, and then after that you do an easy run. You see, an easy one. That is not a competition anymore. You've already done with the competition. You want to rejuvenate your muscles again and reactivate them into getting back to normal life that is supposed to be pain-free. Yes. And then, of course, you have your session with your physio. You will do some massage. You will do some soft massage at that particular time, because you do not want to put a lot of pressure on the muscles, because they're already paining and they are all cramped up. Ease off that so that they're able to relax well, and then the recovery process is going. And then again, you hydrate well as well, because once you hydrate well, then the crampiness in the muscles is also much reduced.